Hello my friends and welcome to part 4 of our 5 video series about design trends, and today I'm going to show you how to do the Duotone Double Exposure. It's quite a mouthful, but it's actually super easy to do. I'm going to show you now how to do that. My name is Olivio, I'm a professional designer from Vienna, Austria, and before we get started I want to remind you that I'm testing a new way you can support me right now, and this is per episode through Gumroad. If you want, as a reward, you get my file with all the layers, or if you want, as a subscription model, you can support me via Patreon. Also, both links are in the video description. Okay, that's the info. Let's get started with our tutorial. So, as you can see here, we have our eagle and then we have this guy. Both look really cool, and I want to suggest to you to select pictures that have a black background because it makes the blending a lot easier. If you don't have that, you would have to select the subject and just delete the background, so you have a clear and really dark background, because this effect best works on black. And to get super secure, I just made a black rectangle in the background. You don't need that, but I'm just putting it there to make it super safe. Okay, so the way to do this is you click on the layer and then hit Ctrl-G on your keyboard to create a group. Do that with the second layer too, with the guy. Okay, there we go. So after we did that, the next step to do is that we want to go over here to the rectangle tool and click and drag a rectangle over all of the picture. And I want to set this to blue, for example, and you want to use complementary colors, which means they are on the opposite side or contrasting side of the circle. The way to get the circle is click on the pop-down wheel here, or pop-down menu, and select HSL color wheel. There we go. So we have a nice blue color. You can see red basically on the other side. Yellow would be even more contrasting, but I want to use red. It looks a little bit better. The next thing we're going to do is create an adjustment layer with curves. There we go. And I actually want to have the adjustment layer. Both of these layers should be inside of the group. So we want to pull this one in here. Whoops. There we go. And the adjustment layer for curves should be under the rectangle, because this will show you the histogram of the picture, not of the rectangle. Otherwise, you can't really see what's going on. Okay, now click one layer, hold Control, click the other layer to select them both, and then right click and then select duplicate. So there we go. We made a duplicate. They are already selected, so we are just going to pull them up into the other group with our eagle, and there we're going to select our rectangle layer again, and now set the color to a nice red. There we go. Now it's in red. Make it visible, and there we have it. So now we have to set the blend mode for the layers. First, the red one, we're going to set that to color. Already looks pretty cool. We go down to the blue rectangle, also set it to color. There we go. Not a change because we're not blending right now. And as you can see, when I click on the group layer, it says pass through, and we can leave that for the blue area or blue group. That's okay. For the red group, we have to set it to lighten. So you can see it start blending, but we have to do some more adjustment. And here is something, is a little trick that I want to show you. As you can see, a lot of the feathers on the head of the eagle are white, and when you have the blend mode lighten, everything that's light is gonna show up more. So we want to have this area dark, and there is a super easy trick how to get rid of that. Select the picture with the eagle. Actually, I'm pulling it out so you can just see the picture. So here is the picture with the eagle. Go up to filters and then to colors and select Solarize. And now it looks like this. So you can see here that a lot of the brighter areas suddenly got dark, and we still have these nice bright edges around it. It looks pretty strange, but it blends very, very well. So now I'm going to pull this back into our group to the lowest layer inside of the group. You can see it looks already very nice. The first thing I want to do is to adjust the curves for the background. Let's hide this here real quick. You can see here it's dark, but it's shining up a little bit. So let's click on the curves And you can see this is the histogram for our guy in the background. So when we move this over, we can cut out the background and just leave his face. I click here and move this up a little bit so the brighter areas get brighter. And by the way, when you by accident make one of these points and have problems removing it, just right click on that and it's deleted. So that's super easy. Okay, now let's blend in the other layer again and go in here to curves. And again, we want to move this in a little bit so the darker areas get really black. And if you wanted to, you can leave it like this. So there's a lot of freedom. You can do whatever you want, what feels right to you. And this already looks pretty good. But you can still go in here, make changes. So I would pull this down and make a second point to secure this part, the right part here, and then make another point here and pull this up. So we only have these middle tones and push them up. So it's higher contrast, a kind of look, like the look a bit better, but you don't have to do that. So the other look already looks pretty good. Okay, so basically this is how you do that. Another thing that you could do, for example, you would say, I want to see the nose and the mouth of this guy better. Just go in here in the red group and create a mask layer, and then select your brush. Set it to a black color and you can just paint in here and you see this is gonna hide these areas if you want to. And if you set the opacity lower, it will hide less of that. So that might be a good start, setting the opacity to 25% and then brushing over the areas multiple times until you get the result that looks good to you. So it's kind of a softer blend basically. Okay. That was the tutorial for today. As you see, it's super effective, it's super nice, and thank you for watching. See you in the next episode, and I'm looking forward to your feedback. Bye!